Hi, I'm Bill Heinrich with True Life Purpose Now. Welcome to my free class on parking angels. Every time I mention parking angels, someone always goes, parking angels, what are those? Like it intrigues them. So I thought I would shoot this free class, tell you a little bit about parking angels and how to use them. Very simply put, what parking angels do is get you a great parking place no matter where you're going to go. A few years ago when Apple, I think it was the iPhone 7, at the time I was living in Hawaii, traveling a lot. I was in Southern California and I wanted to go see the new phones, and then I thought, oh, it's the day they came out, I'm not going to bother. So I went about my day and got things done much faster than I had anticipated, and I thought, should I go see those phones? That store is going to be so crowded. And I just thought, I think I will. Sent my parking angel ahead to get me a parking place. I drove up, there was a parking place right in front of the door for the Apple store, which probably had 100 people in it. It was mobbed. In fact, they actually had a line coming out the outside, people waiting, wanting to get the new phone. And I parked right in front. Every time I use parking angels, I always remember to thank them. They'll create parking places for you. You see, we live on Earth, but we live in the universe. And this is the biggest mistake that people make. We get stuck in the physical world thinking about survival, thinking about living on Earth, and we don't use all the resources from the universe. Let me tell you 3 things about the universe that are very important, and you cannot change these. 1, it only works on a vibration. Vibration is just simply energy in motion, moving energy. What is your vibration? What are you attracting to you? Because it's a vibration, like attracts like. The other thing is that it's called the law of correspondence, which means body, mind, and spirit are always in alignment with the energy that you're putting out. Always in alignment. And the third law that's fixed is everything comes from nothing. So if you put yourself in the proper vibrational state, which would not be jealous, angry, resentful, it's all about love, a positive, strong vibration. This isn't mindset. Mindset is, I'm going to win this game. No matter what, I'm going to work hard. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. That's mindset. That's trying to convince your mind of something different. What I'm talking about is just energy, just loving energy coming from your heart. That's how you speak to parking angels. You see, we all have loved ones on the other side. They've already crossed over. They've transitioned. On Earth, we say they've died. But through universal energy, believe it or not, we can still connect with them because everything's a vibration. So for instance, my dad was very good at helping us. He passed away a number of years ago. But many times I get emails from my brothers or sisters. It's like, oh, I couldn't find this, and had a conversation with Dad, and he helped me, lead me right to it. This is available to us because it's only energy. And what you have to do is learn about your communication center. And I'm sure you have loved ones on the other side that would love to help you out. But you have to know how to communicate with them energetically, or how to communicate with your guides and angels that are with you. There's so much going on in the non-physical around us. There's no comparison between the physical that we live in and the non-physical. There are millions and millions of things. The universe only works on a vibration, and it is only about expansion. So the energy that you put out attracts in to you the like energy. Have you ever heard that misery loves company? That's why. Because the more miserable you are, you just attract in other miserable people. Victims attract victims. But it's all energetic. It's not, this has nothing to do with mindset. Let's talk about how you actually do this. A few years ago, gosh, this was a long time ago, 15 years ago, I was driving from San Diego out to Palm Springs, and my sister called me from Vermont. It was 10 days before Christmas. And we were just having a conversation. She's like, oh, I can't talk long. I've got to go to the post office. There's going to be a huge line. I haven't sent out my Christmas gifts, blah, blah, blah. But you know that story. I said, why don't we change it? And she's like, what do you mean change it? She just laughed. I said, before you leave the house, take a few minutes and sit and visualize yourself going to this post office that you're familiar with, that there's a parking place right in front for you, and that you get your packages out and you walk in and there's no line. You go up to the counter, set them on the counter, and you pay for them and you're out of there. Of course, she laughed the whole time. She said, that's absolutely ridiculous. I said, it might be ridiculous, but you should try it. She said, I tell you what, I'll try it. Just to appease me. My gosh, an hour later, I was still driving. I got a call back from her. She said, okay, this is crazy. I said, is it? Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe we're just lucky. She went, I don't know what it is, but I did what you said, and I literally drove into that post office, and there was a parking place in front, and I went inside. There was one person in line who was taken within 2 minutes of me getting there. I got to the post office and got back home so fast that I was sitting there shocked that it all had happened so fast. That's how you use parking angels. It's through visualization. So if you're going to the grocery store, maybe it's raining. Just imagine where you're going to park, that there's going to be a place there. It will be waiting for you. With your trust and your intuitive abilities, you can create it, but you have to energize it. You can't think it. You have to energize it in your heart. Like you close your eyes, you go, oh yes, okay. I have a meeting here. That parking lot is always very difficult. I'm gonna park right in this area. I can walk in the door, I can get right out there, and I visualize the whole thing. It's literally that simple. Now, there's some more steps. You see, it's your intuition, trust, and ability to detach that makes this work. What is intuition? Intuition is a physical, for the most part, message from the universe. Like for me, intuitively, I do everything energetically. I make all my choices energetically based on how they feel. I connect to them with my heart. So I get my intuition. It's a knowing right here below my solar plexus. And I just know. And I go. I trust. That's what intuition is. Intuition comes in with some oddball things. Your intuition may alert you to say something that just seems weird, and so you don't say it or trust it. You think, oh, that's weird. Where did I come up with that thought? When in fact, it wasn't a thought. It was actually your intuition, one of your guides, somebody sending you a message, a one-word message, vibrationally that you pick up on. So that's how intuition works. When I'm using my parking angels, frankly, I don't use them all the time. I forget. I'm too busy. I'm caught up in my day. However, anytime I turn into a parking lot, I use them. And I just say, please get me the best space available. That works for me. Then I listen to my intuition. I'm still. I drive in, and what the universe will say or my intuition will say is, take the second left. Like Costco's a great place. I use this in Costco all the time. This is such a great way to check your intuitive ability for listening, trusting, and not judging the universe. Because the best place may not be directly in front, but it may be just the best place available. Whatever it is, you're creating a good place to park, you're creating good energy. That's what this is about. But Costco's a great one because their parking lot is huge. Every time you pull in there, am I gonna have to park 2 miles away? I just drive in. As I'm driving in, my intuition will tell me, go to the right. I go to the right. It'll say, go down the first aisle. I'll go down the first aisle. And sure enough, there'll be a parking place, maybe 4 or 5 places down the aisle. Or if there are none, I just say, thank you. Let's continue. And I'll go, but I always go for the best. In other words, don't settle for second best when you're manifesting and using your intuition and using your parking angels. Envision the parking place that's directly in front of the store you're going to go to. Maximize it, because see, the universe doesn't measure or use instincts. It just uses a vibration. That's it. Will this work all the time? No, but it'll work a lot. And the best part of it, I believe, is working and exercising your intuition and getting familiar with your intuition. That's probably the most important part of this exercise. Every time you go someplace to park, call on your parking angels, be still, and start understanding where your intuition is coming from. We all have intuition. We're all connected to the universe. We're all connected to the other side. So every time you go in a parking lot, do this. At the stoplight you're at, or before you leave the house, visualize that parking place you're going to get. Then detach. Now this is the most important thing. Detach and trust the universe. And it's, again, a great way to check your intuition and see how in alignment you are. I just flow along quietly, and whenever I'm finished, whenever I stop, I then thank the universe. I say, thank you for getting me this parking place. I really appreciate it. I show my gratitude. I also use this when I leave the house. If I'm leaving the house on a trip, or I'm headed out for the day for business, I will get to the door, I will put my hands out like this, close my eyes, and very simply ask, is there anything else that I should be taking with me that I have forgotten? And invariably, I get that feeling, I'm not sure what it is, and I go back in and check and find out there's one little document or something. Doesn't happen every time, but I bet with me, it's about 50% of the time I'm always forgetting something. Leave the house, oh, I forgot it, come back, get it. So I just stop and ask. And then I'll go in, if I'm not sure what it is, I'll just quietly walk through the house. And my intuition, oh, by gosh, there it is. And then I say, thank you very much. So that's how you do it. And detachment is the key. Who cares what the results are? The whole purpose of this exercise is a majority of the time you're going to get a really great parking place, maybe all the time. But more importantly than that, you're going to start learning to connect with your intuition. And that's what this is about. You can exercise it all the time using parking angels. I really appreciate you taking this class. Again, I'm Bill Heinrich. I'm with True Life Purpose Now. Please leave a comment below. If you have any questions about parking angels or any other part of spirituality or life purpose, this is my area of expertise, post the question below. I'll shoot a video and answer it specifically for you. My website is truelifepurposenow.com. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day. Namaste.